I'm Sergeant First Class retired Bruce Kernodle, and I'm the Army instructor for the junior ROTC program here at the high school. So I was in the Army. I came in 1991. I was 20 years of age at that point in time, and then stayed into the Army until 2013. I always felt that it's a great country, and I always wanted to give something back, even if it was for a short period of time. I had family members that have served in the military, specifically the Army, so when I made the decision that I was going to join, I went and talked to the Army recruiter, and I made it happen. I spent most of my time in the infantry, which, to narrow it down, our mission was to close with the enemy by means of fire, maneuver to kill or capture him. So I was in a combat arms unit that was, our job was to go out and search for the enemy and find them. So early on, the only way you stayed in touch was through letters. So, I mean, when they had mail call and you got a letter from home and everything, that was one of the absolute best experiences you had because, even though sometimes things that happen in the world weeks and weeks earlier, it was just nice to get, that letter from home and them telling you how things were going and what was going on in the world. Well, I can think back to my daughter was due to be born in a few days, and we got placed on alert. So we activated a brigade. We got all the vehicles loaded up, out to the ports and out to Savannah. The ships went out to sea. We got on aircraft and we took off. Now, from the time we were placed on alert, I could not talk to my daughter's mom at all. And we were just, no warning, no nothing. We were up in the air and we were flying around. And then the plane landed, and they told us this was a practice alert and everything. They flew us back to our base, and luckily enough, I made it back about 6 hours before my daughter was born. It felt pretty good, and her mom was happy at that point in time. They're not going to tell you. It's because they want to see how everybody reacts, whether our training kicks in and we do the things we're supposed to do when we're ready to accomplish our mission. So my service ended. I actually outprocessed the United States Army in October of 2012 and then officially retired in January. My first year of teaching here, had to make some real adjustments because you have to transition from, hey, I'm not dealing with soldiers anymore. These are high school kids. Your expectations cannot be the same. The way you talk to them cannot be the same. So it definitely was a bit of a transition to get out of that mode and then into, hey, look, I'm in high school now. Things are a lot different. I started teaching in December 2012. Yeah, now, I had actually taught at a high school in north central Ohio for a year while I was still on active duty. I taught a class up there, a 90-minute class every day, every school day, and then went and did my regular job in recruiting in the Army for the rest of the day. The majority of people you work with in the military are young men and young women. So, I mean, these kids, when they start out, they're 14, 15 years old. Most of the kids that are starting out in the Army are 18, 19 years old, and there's not a whole lot of difference between them. Just, treat them with respect, give them some motivation, and try to teach them sometimes skills they're probably not going to learn in their math class, but hopefully it'll help them later on in life. I hate to admit this, but I do use a little bit of social media. So there is some that I keep in contact with social media. Others throughout the year, occasional travels, we'll go visit them or they come visit us. But they're just spread so far apart, it makes it difficult at times. I liked going out of the country, different cultures, just experiencing the different way people live their lives as compared to the way we have here. But it makes me really appreciate the country that we live in, because some of the things that you see are not pleasant. Some of the freedoms that we take for granted here, they don't have at all. So I think all in all, it's made me have that much more of an appreciation of what we have here in the United States. The military is not for everybody. Okay. I would just say if it's something you're looking at, talk to those recruiters out there. Maybe an opportunity you can take advantage of. If you don't. Like I said, it's definitely not for everybody, but it definitely should not be your last option in life. If nothing else works, you think, hey, I'll just go join the military, because oftentimes it never works out that way.